Welcome back to the channel. Do you ever feel as if the congestion that you have after a cold or a virus just takes forever to go away? I thought that's what we could cover today. Alan had some sort of cold, some sort of virus that just left the congestion for so long. So let's do some of the facial massage techniques that can really help just to ease off that congestion once you're over the worst of it, but you just feel as if this area here is just taking forever to clear. Okay, all I've got here is a moisturiser and it's got a nice slip to it. Just pick the one that you normally use or the one that works for you. Or if you've got a massage oil or a massage cream that's suitable for the face, go for that. You can even use a high quality oil from the kitchen. So you could use, I like avocado oil, a little bit of olive oil. Just don't saturate the skin. Use enough just to give you that movement. We're not reinventing the wheel, we're just using the moves that can really help with sinus congestion and just help them to ease off that the final week or two once you're over the cold or the virus, but it's just taking forever just to go away. You'll also find that if you have any sensitivity there, if it actually hurts to put pressure on it, then you might actually have a bit of infection there. You might have sinusitis or some sort of residual something going on, and I would say don't actually do any massage there. If it hurts or it feels tender or something's not quite right, I would take medical advice, because if you've still got some sort of infection there, get that dealt with first. Also, if you've got any contraindications, any reasons why you shouldn't be doing it, don't do it. You want to be feeling better, not feeling worse. And also a contra action that you might find is that your skin might be ultra sensitive because you've not been well. So if you find that you are using a massage medium and it's not reacting the way it normally does, or your skin's going super red, all these different things that you might think, hang on, that's a little bit different to normal, then maybe it's because you are sensitised and you're still getting over something. So just treat yourself with care, be delicate and stop. If you need to stop, use a cold compress, wash off whatever it is that's on your skin, use cold water, and then just take it easy, because you know what it's like when you've not been well and you're trying to get over it. Then you just need to be kind to yourself, pay attention, and the main goal is that you just want to feel back to normal again. So all I've been doing is very, very gentle effleurage. So we'll start with the area that you really want to deal with most when you're suffering from congestion, and it's the cheeks. It can also be the eyes, because you can get puffy eyes, and it can be puffy eyelids where it feels as if the mobile lid is just completely puffed up. It can be puffy underneath because you've got a lot of fluid there and the lymphatic drainage just feels like it's non-existent. But more often than not, it's the cheeks and this congestion. So you'll know this if you're familiar with facial massage or if you've watched the channel before. Just lots of little pressure point movements. And what you're doing is you want to cover this entire area, but you want to do it in strips. So for some people it might be 3 strips, some people it might be 4 strips, but what you're doing is you're feeling for the bone around the eye. You don't want to work too close to the eye. If you can feel yourself going into that very soft, delicate area, you're too high. So feel very gently for that bone. And you're going to start there. You're going to use your 3 fingers, so index, middle, ring. You can use your thumbs as a guide, so they can sit on the eyebrows and your thumbs will slide along as a guide. You'll be feeling for this bone. You'll start off either side of the nose and you'll just press, release, move along. Press, release, move along. And that's all you're doing. And I said you can sit at the eyebrows with your thumbs, but naturally my thumbs went up here, so it doesn't matter at all. It's what feels comfortable for you. So press, release, move along, press, release, move along. And what you do is you keep doing that until you get to the ears, roughly the middle part of the ear. And that's because we're draining into the lymphatic system and you've got lymph nodes dotted all over the place. So then we move back and we do the next strip. So we've moved down a little bit and we're doing press and release. Now you're not pressing really hard, you're just doing a firm yet gentle pressure, and then you're releasing. And again, you're working your way along until you get to the ear. And then we'll do a third strip, press and release. And the theory is, again, this is helping to encourage lymphatic drainage, stimulate the removal of anything that's there. You're not going to get rid of your congestion just by doing this simple move once and that's you. You're just helping everything along. So you would do that. It's always the magic 3 to 6 times, but to be honest, as many times as you feel comfortable, but don't overstimulate an area. If you go over it and over it and over it, then you actually undo any benefits of the massage. So I'd say no more than 6 times, but as many times as feels comfortable. You've done your press and release, so now we follow it by going over the same areas and we drain. Now you're looking for some redness, your erythema. That's normal. For some people there's barely any. For some people it reacts very quickly. So bear in mind that the erythema might be because of the stimulating movement, but it could also be because of the product that you're using too. It could also be because how you're feeling. So lots of different reasons. So we've got a bit of erythema here, but again, that's normal, that's what I'm looking for. Excessive erythema, very red, mixed with heat, I would stop. So that's us draining here. So that helps. This is probably the main area. But again, if you've got a sinus infection, don't do it because you might make it worse. It doesn't feel good. It hurts too. It can really hurt to the touch. So get medical advice for that. So working on the eyes for congestion to really help, you can feel this orbital bone all around the eye, and you'll know yourself that if you go too far in, you just hit the actual eye muscle itself, and you can hit, like we said, this area which is very delicate and not protected. So you don't want to be causing anything there that will actually injure somebody. It's not wise, it doesn't feel good, nobody enjoys it. So with the eyes, with congestion, it can also be tired. Your eyes can just feel sore and heavy. So what we can do is very gently use our fingers. If you're in any doubt, use your ring finger because it's got the least pressure. So if you're worried about how heavy-handed you might be, now bearing in mind I'm doing this on Alan, who's getting over it. He is pretty much over it now, but it took him forever to get over this cold. But you can also do all these moves on yourself, so just adapt them to working on you. But all you'll do is follow that bone, start on either side of the nose and just do that little slide, which is your drainage move. And then what we can do is slide again out to the ears. We're just helping any stagnant fluid to drain. And this can help if you're feeling a wee bit puffy. So drain. And then we can work above the eye. So you're not on the actual eye itself, not on the muscle. You're just above it, underneath the eyebrows, and you can just drain. And the ring finger is the safest finger because even with all the pressure you can possibly put on it, it's still not very much pressure. Now, a move that I think feels extremely relaxing, and I've said previously it's one of my favourite movements, is to actually squeeze and release the eyebrow. But what you're not literally squeezing it, you're just very gently pinching, but not a nip, a pinch, a very gentle pinch. And this can help again just to get fluid moving. But the reason why I also like it too is that the muscles here get tired. So you're concentrating, you're straining, you're feeling just a little bit lethargic and heavy, all of those things. This little squeeze and release is so nice in that area. Feels so good. And remember, if we work on an area, it's then a good idea to drain. So take your fingers and you can just drain. Are we snoring? No, I thought we were snoring. It's good if you snore. I like it when people snore. It means that I'm doing my job correctly. I do think that was a little micro snore. Yeah. That's noted. I've had people proper snoring on the table, and that does not bother me in the slightest because it means that they are out for the count. We've done our job. The only thing that must be annoying for them is they won't actually remember their massage. And even though I know I did the massage, they don't know I did it. So I've got to say to them, that's your half hour up or whatever it is. And they'll be like, really? Yep, you were snoring through, 20 minutes of it? And they're like, oh, right, okay. Doesn't happen too often, but you definitely get the occasional snort. So job done. Now what we're doing here, continuing on, is we're just doing some stretching of the forehead, and then we're using the palms of the hands and we're just sliding a little gentle stretch either side, and we're sliding down to the temples, and your hands go over the ears. Now this is good because again, it's not so much draining of the forehead, it's more about the relaxation element. And if you can help these muscles to relax and give a boost to that area, then it helps speed up the process. Because even though it might only be a cold or a very mild bug that you had, there's still a healing process going on. There's still balance required in the body. It's still trying its best to get back to normal. So just a lovely little bit of stretching there. Then it's very nice to do some stretching over the chin. So you'll see this again in toning videos too, when people are talking about facial yoga, facial massage to tone. This is also great for helping to move any lymphatic fluid, anything that's just sitting that needs to get moved, flush it away, especially if you've had a bug. So start from the chin, either side of the chin with all the fingers, including the pinkies, and then you're just pressing and releasing. Again, you're using these thumbs as your guide. Press and release. And we're working all the way to the jaw, where the jaw meets the ears, because we know we've got lymph nodes there. We can do this again approximately 3 to 6 times. We'll do it 2 times for the moment. Press and release, and then drain. And that again is very helpful. You could even do this every day as part of your facial routine if you've got your facial products that you like to massage in. This will do you no harm at all. It's actually beneficial. It's toning. I'm a big believer in toning your facial muscles to help yourself look as healthy and fresh as you can. If you want to get your injectables, you go ahead and make the choice for you. But if you don't want them, or you can't afford them, or you're not sure, then remember that you've got all these facial muscles that you can be toning, you can be working them out. You can be doing it manually. You can be doing your facial yoga. You can also buy key equipment. There are so many things that you can do apart from choosing to use the injectable. So you do have more options than you might think that you do. Definitely do your research and let me know if you already do that. Right, so now we're doing some stretching, and we're flushing again anything that's sitting there that we want to move. You're using your palm and you're just moulding over the contours of the face. And what we're doing is we're working up to these lymph nodes at the ears. But it also feels very warming and very relaxing. And then all you want to do is maybe just get a little bit more of your chosen product, whether it be your moisturiser or an oil, and then slide down either side of the neck. Never on the windpipe, feels horrible, nobody will enjoy that. And then all we want to do is just stretch out the shoulders and the front of the chest, just down to where the clavicle is, the collarbone. And we just really want to make sure that we're continuing on with helping to get rid of any stagnant lymphatic fluid and just give it all a boost. Now, I've spoken a lot about lymph, but you know that we're also boosting the circulation. And when you boost the circulation and you bring blood to the surface, that blood's got all the nice things in it. It's got fresh oxygen, it's got nutrients. It is doing a nice bit of work for you. So the blood's helping, the lymph is moving, it's taking away all the rubbish. You are helping yourself to get back to a balance. It's not a miracle. It won't happen with just 5 minutes of massage, but it definitely helps. And you might even choose to use, with caution, obviously, because you want to check for allergies, but if you choose to use a massage product that's got key essential oils in it, that can also speed up the process. But remember, you've got to make sure that it's suitable for the face, You've got to make sure that it doesn't interact with anything, any medications. You've got to make sure that, again, you're not still feeling a bit rubbish. You've got to make sure you're feeling back to normal. And then what I like to do is get your knuckles and just work on this area just to loosen the muscles, but also encourage any waste removal too. And I always love, see when you work either side of the neck with the knuckles, and again, use those thumbs as a guide. Just such a nice movement because you've got a lot of tension there. When you're finished, you can just slide up either side of the neck, slide up to the temples, and you can do some circular movements at the temples. And then what you can very gently do is push in and release. That can help if you're feeling a bit headachy, but it's also just a naturally relaxing move. And then you can either finish it there, or if you like the ears being massaged, then you just hold the ears very gently, so the fingers are behind, and you use the thumbs, and you just do little circles, and you just cover the outline of the ear, so you're on the earlobe, and you just move up the ear. Little circles, up and down. Very, very, very relaxing. And some people like a very gentle pull down and pull up, but I mean gentle. A tug of the ear is not fun. And I remember training, and some people were a little bit heavy-handed and they're tugging that ear, and you're like, no, not a tug. Just a very gentle pull down and pull up. Very relaxing. And then you can hold your palms over the ears, and it builds up that little bit of heat. We've said it before, for some people it feels like you're holding a seashell, and you just get that lovely sensation. But you've built up that heat, and then release. And you can either leave it there, or you can go back to the temples. A couple of circles. Release. And then just allow, if it's someone that you're working on, let them relax. Because if they've felt congested and you've helped, they might even go for a sleep. Or if it's you working on yourself, you could take a little moment, you could lie down and allow the benefits of what you just did to really have their full effect. Allow the products to sink in, allow the benefits of the massage to do its work, and then you can get about your day. Or you can do it later at night and then just go to sleep. But I hope you found that useful. So that's just some movements and some ideas for when you just really want to help ease congestion. I'd love to know if you do anything similar, or if you've got your own tips for easing congestion when you're getting over a cold or a bug. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon.